In March 1918, the Caucasus found itself caught in a complex web of power struggles, set against the backdrop of the crumbling Russian Empire and the turbulent rise of Bolshevism. With Russia embroiled in revolution and World War I raging across Europe, the Caucasus became a battleground of competing ideologies, ambitions, and interests. Baku, rich in oil and strategically vital, became the epicenter of violence. Bolshevik forces, driven by revolutionary zeal, exploited existing tensions among diverse communities, fueling instability. Tragically, this resulted in horrific violence, with an estimated 12,000 to 20,000 civilians perishing across ethnic and religious lines within just a few days. Historical records depict these events not simply as ethnic clashes, but rather as orchestrated outcomes of broader geopolitical maneuvering. The Bolshevik agenda was clear: use local tensions to assert control and secure the vital oil resources of Baku, which at that time produced about 7 million tons of oil annually, accounting for more than half of the global supply. Small nations and communities of the Caucasus, hoping for independence and self-determination after the fall of the Russian Empire, found themselves manipulated, caught between powerful interests far beyond their control. At the same time, the First World War created additional pressures, with major powers such as Britain and Germany also vying for influence and resources in the region. Each saw the Caucasus as a critical front in their wider strategic ambitions. Local peoples were often used as pawns, given promises only to find themselves abandoned when it no longer suited external interests. The complex interplay of imperial ambitions and revolutionary ideologies turned the region into a tragic theater of conflict. The March days were a stark example of how global interests could devastate local populations, resulting in atrocities and lasting divisions. Today, over a century later, the lessons from March 1918 remain deeply relevant. The region, home to over 15 million people today, has witnessed immense suffering yet holds enormous potential for lasting peace and cooperation. The tragedies remind us of the dangers when external powers exploit local divisions. However, today also brings hope. Opportunities for peace and regional integration are stronger than ever, especially now, with real and tangible processes underway. Recent peace negotiations between Azerbaijan and Armenia have marked a significant turning point. After decades of conflict over the Karabakh region, the 2020 ceasefire and subsequent diplomatic engagements have opened pathways to lasting peace. Both nations are now actively discussing border demarcation, transport links, economic cooperation, and restoring trust. The end of the Karabakh conflict presents the Caucasus with an unprecedented opportunity. Regional initiatives like the opening of transportation corridors promise enhanced connectivity, economic development, and stability not only for Azerbaijan and Armenia but for the broader region. These developments represent genuine progress towards mutual understanding and regional prosperity. Remembering the March days of 1918 isn't just about honoring the past. It's about learning its lessons and seizing the opportunity for peace. With concrete steps towards reconciliation and cooperation, the Caucasus region stands at a historic crossroads, with peace and partnership finally within reach. The challenge and the choice is here.